So the other day on the PleasantCraft server, I decided to take on a project that I've never done before, and that is building a brand new wither farm to get my hands on tons of coal and beacons. And so far, I gotta say, I've been pretty successful. I mean, this farm has just been pumping out wither after wither, and I've been getting tons of materials from it. However, folks, there is one very big flaw with this farm, and that is the utter lack of storage down here. I mean, we only have just a few chests here to store all of these items, and they are constantly overflowing with junk items like these swords here. Which is why today, not only am I building a fancy new storage system for this farm, but I'm also using it as a foundation to start a brand new nether base. That's right, we're going to be doing some proper building in the nether today, and I am super excited for what I have planned. But before we do any of that, we need to figure out where we actually want our items to go to, and I think our best bet is probably just going to be to send them all directly up to the nether roof up above. Because yeah, trying to build down here in all this lava maybe isn't the best idea. And really, this should just be as simple as placing down a few hoppers going this direction. And then right next to that, put down a dropper. And then from here, it should just be as easy as placing down a 3x3 pillar of solid blocks going all the way up to the roof. And there we are. That's one big beautiful pillar right there, folks. And now if we connect this up to the farm, we should start to see our items flow up to the bedrock roof. So let's go check if they're up there. And there they are. Perfect. But now, of course, comes the actual hard part of this process, which is figuring out how to build this storage system. And I'll be honest, I'm a bit rusty when it comes to these. I think obviously the first thing we're going to need to do is place down all of our chests, and then just a few hoppers right here in the back. And from what I remember, something like this should work for our filter system. So we've got a comparator up at the top there, a couple bits of dust, a repeater, and a torch, which should mean that this hopper right here is locked and should be able to filter items. And it seems like that has worked. So I guess we'll just repeat that across the back. And after just a few more minor tweaks, like that little sword disposal right over there, we now have a fully functional system here. Or at least I think we do. Again, I am very rusty with these. But you know, I guess the only way to find out is by doing a good old-fashioned AFK session. And while we're taking care of this, if you haven't already, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it, and you could stay tuned for all of my future projects. And with that now out of the way, I think that we can definitively say that yes, this farm does work. I mean, just look at all of the coal we got here, and then all of the bones as well. Like, this was only 30 minutes of AFKing. This farm is absolutely nuts. But now that we're done with the technical side of things, I think it's finally time to get into the cosmetics. Basically, the entire nether base build that's going to be surrounding this thing. And of course, when I say nether base, what a lot of you are probably expecting is a build filled with all sorts of fire and brimstone and darkness and evil and doom, rah! Which, yes, is pretty typical for this sort of build, but when it comes to my base, I kind of want to go in the opposite direction. In fact, the three main blocks that I'm going to be using in my build palette are smooth quartz, calcite, and diorite, all of which are very white, very bright blocks, which don't exactly scream evil fortress. But I guess to properly demonstrate the vibe I'm going for with this build, I have to, well, build the build. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into a time lapse. Well, folks, I think I'll be the first to admit that, yeah, I think I got a little carried away with this build. I mean, it's looking absolutely great, don't get me wrong, but I definitely wasn't expecting to get it all done in one go. I mean, this thing is quite massive. And now that it is done, I think you can really start to see the vibe that I was going for with this place. In fact, I've even got a bit of a story for it. Basically, the idea is that this used to be kind of an ancient temple that the Wither would inhabit, but it's now been kind of purified or uncorrupted. So it's still got all of this very imposing architecture, like all of these spiky bits on the roof and the really tall tower, but you know, it's built out of all of these bright sparkling blocks. So we've got the end rods kind of emitting these little particles here and there, and all of the quartz and calcite really brightening things up here. And honestly, incorporating little story elements like that into a build like this can really go a long way towards making it feel like a unique destination in the world. I mean, this is unlike any other build that I've ever made, except for one thing, and that is, of course, the interior, which isn't done because, you know, it wouldn't be a Sad Milkman build without an incomplete interior. Jokes aside, though, I would like to finish the interior today as well, which means we're gonna have to go mine up some more quartz. Lots of quartz. Lots and lots of quartz. Just so much quartz. And voila, there we go. I think that should be enough quartz to get us started. And when it comes to this interior, I basically just decided to keep things pretty simple, just adding in a few little pillars and an altar towards the back of the build. And then once that was done, I decided to add in a few more of those diorite spikes from the outside, as well as a bunch of ed rods, just to add in that extra level of detail. Also, just because I love flexing my wealth so much, I went ahead and got myself a few beacons, which I then made into chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, and I think that these turned out absolutely great. However, as complete as this place may look now, there is actually one more little detail that I want to add to it, and it actually ties back a little bit into that story element I was talking about earlier. You see, since this is technically supposed to be a purified Wither fortress, I want to go ahead and add in a few quote-unquote purified Wither skulls. And to get that, we just need to do a quick changearoo here, and then just give ourselves the old bonk on the head. And now take a look at this. We've got ourselves a cool little decorative skull here, and I think this fits perfectly with the rest of the base that we've built. The only problem is, well, I think we're gonna need a lot more than just one of these. And lucky for me, I think I know exactly how I'm gonna get them. Kale.
Oh my god.
Come here, come here. Listen, I have a very important task for you, all right?
Hero's Journey call to action? What is this?
I need you to kill me. Right now.
Okay.
As fast as you can. Do it.
Right now. Okay.
Do it. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me.
Let's go.
Do it again. Do it again. There we go. There we go. That's it. That's the spirit. Yeah, really go at it. Really go at it.
No.
Oh, you sugarcane. Just, no. Stay focused. You gotta kill me. Kill me now, please.
Oh, okay, okay.
Come on, you can hit harder than that. You can hit harder than that. Come on. Kill me now. Oh, there we go. Is that 100? All right, I think that should be enough. Now, if you could please kindly hand me my heads, please and thank you.
Yeah. Wait. Can you? I just need one thing.
Oh, okay. Are you're not just gonna leave me down here, right? You're not just gonna fly away with all the heads that you. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, there we go. Okay, it seems like he's had a change of heart. Well, thank you for murdering me, which is not a sentence I was expecting to say.
You know, that was an interesting change of pace. You didn't happen to pick up a mangrove root, did you?
If I did, it is now gone. But, yeah. I'm gonna leave now.
Okay.
Bye. Well, folks, I'm not gonna lie, that ended up being quite the ordeal, but I think it was definitely worth it because if we take a look, we now have these really awesome purified wither guards standing out here at the front, and if we take a look on the inside, you can see I've also put them along the bases of each of the pillars here, so they're all just kind of standing guard here, and I think they do a really good job of subtly indicating the story that this build is supposed to tell, with the withers being purified and all that jazz. And honestly, with this build being so story-based this time around, I feel like it needs some sort of really cool name to go with it, so if you guys have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. But with that, I think I can now well and truly say that this build is 100% complete, and I honestly couldn't be prouder of it. You know, I keep patting myself on the back this episode for all of the building that I've done, but this has really kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone. I'm not really used to making builds like this, and I think for my first attempt, it really did turn out great. But before I end things off here, I do have a bit of a special announcement to make, and that is that this Sunday, as of when I'm uploading this, March the 26th, will actually be the 3-year anniversary of the PleasantCraft server. And to celebrate, me and the other Pleasants are all going to be participating in a stream day where we're all going to be live either on Twitch or YouTube. So if you don't want to miss that, please be sure to either follow me on Twitch or join the PleasantCraft Discord, which I'll have linked in the description. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.